Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something huge: how to take all the skills and passion you have for education and channel them into a brand new, thriving corporate career. If you're a teacher who's feeling a little stuck, then you are in exactly the right place. Does this hit close to home? This is a direct quote from someone who made the switch, and it just perfectly captures that feeling, right? You know you're capable, but you're scrolling through job boards and the corporate jargon just feels like another language. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. It's a super common feeling for incredibly talented educators. So let's get into why that is. Yeah, let's start right there. Before we even talk about solutions, it's so important to just acknowledge that feeling of being undervalued and just ready for something different. Wow, that pretty much sums it up, doesn't it? So many teachers have this deep, genuine passion for what they do, but the reality of low pay, not enough support, and just plain tough working conditions, it can lead to some serious burnout. And this isn't just a vibe or a feeling. The numbers tell a really stark story. A staggering 44% of new teachers end up leaving the profession within their first 5 years. Think about that. That is a massive brain drain from our schools, and it shows this is a real systemic issue. But what if your next career move isn't about leaving education in the dust? What if it's about taking those exact skills and applying them in a new and honestly often more rewarding environment? Let's talk about the world of talent development. So, what is this thing? You might hear it called learning and development, or L&D for short. It's basically the part of a company that invests in its people. They need experts, people who actually understand how adults learn, to design training and help employees get better at their jobs. Sounds a lot like a teacher, doesn't it? And just look at the sheer number of doors this opens. We're talking about everything from being an instructional designer who creates awesome online courses, to a corporate trainer leading workshops, to even a performance consultant who coaches executives. All of these jobs use the skills you've been sharpening for years in the classroom. Okay, now for what I think is the biggest hurdle for most teachers. It's this idea that you don't have the right experience. But the secret isn't about going out and getting all new skills. It's about learning to speak a new language. Let this sink in for a second. Seriously, all that time in the classroom hasn't just been teaching kids. It's been high-level, real-world training for a corporate role. You just need to learn how to translate it. Let me give you an example. Remember that huge research project or your dissertation? That wasn't just some academic paper. You were managing a complex project from start to finish. You had timelines, resources, stakeholders, and a final deliverable. That is project management, plain and simple. Or how about this one? Ever mentored a student teacher? Or supervised a classroom aide? That is direct management experience. You were coaching, you were giving feedback, you were guiding their professional growth. That's a huge corporate skill. And anytime you sat on a school committee or worked with other teachers to develop a curriculum, what do you think that is? That's what companies pay big bucks for and call cross-functional teamwork. You're already a pro at it. Okay, so you've got the goods, you have the skills. So the million-dollar question is, how do you actually build that bridge from the world of education to the corporate world? Well, it breaks down into a few key steps. First things first, that long, detailed academic CV you have, it's not going to fly here. In the corporate world, recruiters spend like 6 seconds on a resume. You need something sharp, concise, and focused on what you can do for them. The whole strategy here is to grab their attention immediately. That summary at the top is your chance to scream, "I have what you're looking for," by listing skills like project management and coaching. And yeah, move that education section to the bottom. Right now, your practical skills are way more important than your degrees. Now, while you have all the core skills, taking a few targeted online courses can really seal the deal. It does two things. It fills any small industry-specific gaps you might have, and it shows recruiters that you're serious and committed to this new field. And you don't need to go back for another 4-year degree. We're talking about professional certificates on places like Coursera, from big names like Google or top universities. Having something like learning experience design on your resume can be a total game changer. Okay, your skills are translated. Your resume's looking sharp. Now comes the part where the rubber meets the road, actually connecting with the people who do the hiring. Here's a hard truth. You can send out 100 resumes into the online abyss and hear absolutely nothing back. Why? Because it's really hard to judge a candidate just from a piece of paper. The real way to break in is through people, through direct relationships. So, where do you find these people? Start by joining professional groups like the Association for Talent Development. Get active on LinkedIn. And here's a pro tip. Don't be afraid to reach out to people in jobs that you think are cool and just ask for 15 minutes of their time for an informational interview. People love to talk about their work. I absolutely love this quote because it really nails the mindset shift you need to make. This isn't like academia, where you kind of wait for your work to be recognized. In the corporate world, you have to be proactive. Your persistence and your confidence are your most powerful tools. So here's the big takeaway. This isn't about leaving your passion for education behind. Not at all. It's about taking your greatest asset, your incredible ability to teach, to guide, and to help people grow, and finding a new arena where it can shine, and often be rewarded even more.